once I kind of realized that I don't have to do everything myself, I can learn from somebody who's really good at it and just start taking my strength, your strength, someone else's strength, and then just like, oh, we could build something together. I don't have to be an expert at everything.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode right here of Your Peak Life. DJ Julian Rivera, my man Edgar the Sphere Munoz. You should put like a big sphere over there. He's going to talk about my forehead. It's okay.
The dome.
But it's not about us today. Unless you want to make it about us, Edgar, we can do that.
We can have a whole special episode.
We can do that.
We'll save that for another time.
Okay, like your shirt, be you, bro. Okay, that's fine. But it's not about us, all right? I want you to introduce yourself, sir. We have the one and only.
Yeah, my name's Hai Huynh. Part of your team. Glad to be part of Iron Valley, man. I love it here.
Hai is the man. I want to be very clear on this part, okay? I'm gonna hype you up a little bit, okay? So I met Hai, it feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
It feels like a long time ago.
About a year and a half, I'd say.
Roughly, I think closer
Damn.
to 2. Let's go closer to 2.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
So we met about a year and a half ago, and he came over. He's been in the game for a few years now. How many years?
2 years.
No, a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So about a year of him being in the game, give or take. And he came, we had a conversation, we spoke, and you didn't make the choice that day.
No.
You
no.
didn't. You
So, I mean, I think we met through a mutual friend of ours, Steven, right?
Yep.
Steven Doe. We played pickleball together.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, and I was sitting on a bench one day. Right next to him was a beautiful spring day. I can't forget it. And I was like, Steven, man, I'm thinking about making a change in my brokerage. And at the time, he wasn't here with Iron Valley, but he said, I'm going to set a meeting with LJ and Julian. I want you to go on it. And then, the rest is kind of history from there.
It is. It's funny at the time too. I didn't have a team. That wasn't. I always say this as it's a running joke now, and I don't mean it, but I never wanted a team. Like that was never the thought. But I got to give Edgar, I got to give Edwin, I got to give Eric, I got to give Mike, I got to give LJ credit and like showing the path of doing that because there's levels to this game, and in order to elevate people outside of being the owners of the brokerage, there is a way for us to be still in production, but still be in the brokerage at the same time. We didn't create this. We copy and pasted it from other models and just remix it to make it make sense. So, Hai, you were actually one of my first members on my team.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because, your team's getting bigger and bigger. I was just like, did I just meet you at the right time? I mean, I feel like I got super lucky.
Yes.
Like literally, you couldn't have timed it any better, bro.
Yeah.
Like imagine you're sitting on that beautiful bench on a spring day and you didn't say anything to Steven.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you did, and I want to just give credit to you. Fast forward the time that you've been here, Hai is excelling drastically. Mind you, I have to say this, Hai has a full-time job.
Yeah.
Okay. Hai is a boss. Hai has how many people that work for you?
About 20.
About 20. Hai works on base. Hai is the man. So Hai is really smart. You're an engineer by trade.
That's right.
And he is the polar opposite of me when it comes down to thoughts. And I love that because I'm like, let's go. And he's an analyzing. Like we need that yin and yang. We really, really do. But the thing with Hai is that he is so amazing to actually just learn. And that whole learning, have you been like this your whole life? Like just absorbing information and just implementing?
I mean, so that's kind of why I got into engineering. I always was curious about like how things worked. I was taking stuff apart all the time, and because it was just kind of natural to me. And then that's how I kind of got into engineering, and I kind of relayed that into real estate. Because everything to me is a problem that needs to be solved.
Correct.
Whether it's a broken car, whether it's somebody wanting to buy a house, they just need someone to help them solve a problem.
That's true. So then let's go backwards here. What made you even want to get into real estate?
I think when we first talked, you asked me why, right?
Yep.
And you guys ever seen the movie Inception?
Yes.
Yeah. The old Asian guy, I can't remember his name, right?
Oh, it's been so long.
I know I can put a face to the name.
So like in the movie, he's like super old, right? But he has this one line, I will never forget it. He's like, essentially, don't grow old filled with regret.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And as I'm doing my engineering thing, working my 9 to 5, a lot of people can relate to this. It's you kind of wonder, is there more to life? Am I capable of more?
Right.
And I was in that funk, and that's Jen's dad, my wife.
Shout out to Jen.
I love you. He's been a real estate agent for 40 years, and
Damn, 40 years?
Yeah, he's been in the game a long time.
Okay, so Jen grew up around this.
Oh yeah,
Got it.
so
Okay.
she totally understands like me having to be away. She understands that I've got to go on showing, so she's been great with it.
Got it.
But I just kind of looked at him as a model, and I was like, hey, maybe this is a way for us to increase our income a little bit, but then also give me that outlet to build something, you know?
Because you're a problem solver
Yeah.
by nature.
I can't sit still.
No, but
Like,
shout out to the wives, man, and the spouses that
we
support.
we can't do what we do without them.
No. And obviously, just like your kid, and Julian's kid, when you're not around, I'm there for them. The first day of school, I was there for your kid because you weren't there. I was supporting his kids like last night because he couldn't be there, for band.
Literally.
Speaking about systems and processes, right,
yeah,
in place. So you don't miss those important moments.
You took pictures, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad you sent
you're
me all those
welcome.
photos, man.
Just to be clear, Edgar is the biggest bully you'll ever meet with the kindest soul, but he'll remind you when something happens in a fun, kind way. Just like when I put a magnet on his car. I found it going to my event last night. It's cool because tit for tat. I love that. But don't get me wrong, I still have that magnet. We won't say what's on there still. But the fun thing is we make it fun, dude.
I
At the
held
end
it
of the
for
day.
months.
Yeah, man.
You said what?
I mean, it was in my backpack for months, just waiting on the right
It's cool.
moment.
I mean, I got 10 of them, completely different things.
Bro, I got so much more.
It's okay. We're good. We're good. It's okay.
Doesn't get better from here.
It actually gets a lot better.
Yeah, I actually didn't know. Like, I think I was standing in line for like one of our kids' musical things. I was like, "Is that fucking Edgar?" I'm like, is this a kid?" And then we found out our kids are in the same class.
Same exactly as
Yeah.
Wait, which class is it?
Well, it's at ODS. So
Oh, got it.
It was now 4th grade. Dang.
Yeah.
Growing up fast.
Dude, time's flying.
So we were there, open house or whatever, and obviously because of pickleball, that's why I met your wife, which super competitive. And I think you guys are the only couple I know that actually play together and don't really argue.
That's good.
I mean, okay. There's like this whole.
It's not Doe and Beth and Antoine and
No,
Jessica.
no. There was a whole like evolution to our pickleball relationship, and it definitely started off rough. I mean, we were at a point where we were like, I can't play with you anymore.
Really?
No,
It's
seriously.
terrible.
But me being the bigger person,
The engineer.
right?
I agree.
I was like, hey, I'm going to make this work.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Because the whole reason I got into pickleball was I wanted to maintain some sort of healthy balance, but then also spend time with my wife.
Right.
Right? Because I feel like there are certain whenever there's activities that you can do that include really important things to you, health being one, my family being another, you should try to do them, right?
Right.
So I was like, I've got to make this work somehow. So we actually had to like sit down and say, hey, when I'm on the court, this is how I like to be communicated to. And I'm like, oh, okay. Let's, when we just talked it through.
But that's a pro tip right there for anybody that's in a relationship, married or not. That's the part that people miss when you get upset because of the miscommunication. Not necessarily because you said something the wrong way. It's just the person maybe didn't take it
Right.
the way you were trying to transcribe it to them, right?
Yeah.
And there's been moments like that with even my wife where we just aren't, for some reason, something's off, and it's you got to pause and be like, oh, you're saying it this way, but you're meaning this, but I'm not taking it in that way.
Right.
Baby, this is how I'm not understanding this because the way you're saying it, it just doesn't translate for me.
That's it.
That makes sense.
That's it.
So when you're saying this, I'm not comprehending.
Okay.
Can you just reframe it when you're thinking about something?
That's exactly it. You know?
And to your point there, like when I play pickleball, I use that to my advantage. When they're arguing,
Of course you do, bully.
no, but it's true.
That's sports, though.
Stephen
Yeah.
Doe and Beth,
Yeah.
they know. Like the first time I played with me and Edwin played against them,
Yeah.
Beth, you're doing this, or you should be doing this. And you can see Beth, like, just like doing the face. And I'm like, yeah, Beth, listen to
face.
your
Oh,
husband.
yeah.
Ooh.
And it's just like downhill after that.
Yeah.
See, but that's good though. That's actually.
Then they stop communicating. Then, because it's a team sport.
And
Then
it crumbles.
Now I'm just playing singles.
It's a mental game for sure.
It is definitely. It's like, I mean, it's like basketball. You start talking crap to the other person on the team. Eventually, they start missing the shots. It's same concept.
Yeah, but I mean, back to that point, it's like shout out to you guys because it's one of the only couples that I see out there consistently playing together.
It took a lot of
Both
work.
of you guys are very competitive.
Yeah, for sure. I had to disassociate winning, right? Because I think that was the problem in the beginning. It was just like I wanted the W so bad, and I hate losing. But then I just had to say, listen, when I play with Jen, it can be a win or a loss. It's a win because we're playing together. You know what I
Facts.
mean?
There you go.
Smart man. That's a
The
good
moments.
answer.
It's the moments.
And then what? So you don't play with Cookie, do you?
She doesn't really play.
Right. I don't think
Honestly.
I've ever seen you play. You always
No,
play-
we have played.
Okay.
But when she picked it up, she was just so far behind and
Wow. Did you just say that about your wife?
100%.
No,
Okay.
but we can get her in because you got to get in too.
I know, and Myra wants to do it, and I found
Yeah.
out the funny thing when y'all started playing, and it's like everyone started paying attention. She's like, "Yeah, I grew up playing tennis a little bit too." I'm like, "I never knew this about you." 16 years later, so
Yeah.
I know she has the hand-eye coordination.
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
haven't
And
gotten out there.
Cookie is she picked it up. I mean,
I know.
don't get me wrong,
She's an
but
athlete.
there's a little finesse there where you want to smack the hell out of the ball. You just can't.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
And you just got to hold back. And everybody goes through that cycle. And just schedules. Obviously, our children are still small. We
Right.
just can't get up and go.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's kind of was my workout then. And I would go and
You
do
got
pickleball.
to get back into it, man. But
Yeah,
you've been
it's-
doing great though with your workouts, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this goal, and then I'm not gonna divert until I get where I need to be, and then I'll jump back in.
There you go.
And,
We-
and are you competing in Pico de Mayo?
Yeah, we'll be there. Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
May
will
5th,
be.
Pico de Mayo, round 2.
Round 2. Yeah, and this time we got the squad at Iron Valley.
We got a lot of people.
Hell
A
yeah.
lot of people interested.
Well, I mean, back to you. What is your other passion? I mean, what is something else you and your wife like to do? I mean,
mean-
when real estate's not happening, you guys got your
Yeah.
downtime.
I mean, I like to work out. That's kind of taken a little bit of a backseat since pickleball, and you can only do so many things at once.
Right.
And I have real estate goals, obviously. So the workouts have kind of taken a hit, but I think let's just say I wasn't working and I had maybe 3 weeks to do whatever. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just imagining things right now. I like to go hiking,
Okay.
I love camping. I love hiking. There's just something so peaceful about being out in nature, not having anything in your ear, nothing buzzing in your pocket, and you're just taking one step after another. You have everything you need to survive in your bag, and you're just going out and being in nature.
Right.
It's kind of hard to explain, but if you do it, it really puts you at peace and like you feel really small in the world. And sometimes I feel like we need that.
You definitely do. It's the unplugging.
Yeah.
I can relate completely. I think we all can relate, especially the older we get. The more times you've done it, I feel like you start remembering the times that you've done it more than anything. It's like taking that vacation, right? But it's would you want to hike with people or by yourself?
I typically hike with my brother, my older brother.
Why not your wife?
I think the bathroom situation with my wife, that's always scared her.
Fair.
Right?
For females in general, I would agree on that one.
Yeah. And, it's not that we haven't tried to set something up, but every time I explain the bathroom situation, it doesn't go too far.
Are you just talking about like a few hours hike or going camping?
No,
No,
he's
I-
talking about camping.
Yeah,
and
I go
everything.
out.
Oh,
I go
okay. That's a
out.
different story. Gotcha.
Yeah,
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 so I
that's the
got
whole
like
thing.
a tent or a hammock in my backpack,
Yeah.
food, everything in my pack.
Okay.
And I go out for a day or two out in the backcountry, and then I make a loop and then come back.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it's really nice. Taking my son Ethan out when he was really young, and it's just one of those things that you always remember. Like
Yeah.
I always try to reflect back on important times in my life, and the funny things are like it's the simplest things. It's like the little fun trips that you
Yeah,
take.
camping and all that. Those are like the highlights of my youth. I would say like we would just drive down Mexico, find a ranch.
Yeah.
Hey, can we use your land? Pay you by the day, and they'll allow us to fish, camp, do whatever we wanted on those lands.
That's dope. Who would you go with?
My father, my uncles, or whatever, and we would just camp out, down the coast somewhere, right, for 3 days or 4 days or whatever.
Yeah.
Pack up and leave.
Yeah. And you remember that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's something I want to expose my children to do. And I think this year we're gonna do that trip.
To Mexico?
Not Mexico. We're gonna probably go out here to Tennessee and do something out there.
Yeah.
But more like not really roughing it out. We'll do a cabin.
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
bougie camping.
A bougie camp, but we're definitely gonna do the hiking.
Yeah.
We'll, get them started on fires and
Yeah.
different types of things. And then like moving forward from that, right? Obviously, you had the conversation with Doe. You make the move here. Now you have, I would say, team lead, mentor, or whatever.
Yeah.
What was the biggest like gems that you finally got? Because
I think there was an adjustment period.
At this point, you're about a year into real
Yeah,
estate, so you're still new.
Very new. There was an adjustment period for sure, and Julian will tell you about this. I was so used to doing everything on my own. I came from a brokerage where they didn't offer much support, and I got a lot of pride. I got it.
Yeah,
I can do this, right?
yeah,
And then when I joined Julian's team, some time would go by. I wasn't seeing the results I wanted, and I kind of had a talk with you. I'm like, hey man, like what should I be doing? And you were very blunt with me and honest, which I totally appreciate and I need. You're like, I could probably count on my hand the number of times you've reached out to me for anything, right? And it just kind of clicked in my head. I'm like, well, I should be reaching out, like you are a resource that you've offered up. You've never been shy about it, And then I just had to like kind of let my guard down and say, hey, this is a team. Like I should be reaching out and learning from you because you're a fucking beast,
Thanks, man.
Excuse my language. But, that was a huge adjustment for me. You know what I mean? And then once I kind of realized that I don't have to do everything myself. I can learn from somebody who's really good at it and just start taking my strength, your strength, someone else's strength, and then just like, oh, we could build something together. I don't have to be an expert at everything, And then that's where really things start to kind of flourish for me.
I mean, it's like get in the room, right? I say this all the time, and I'll go back to an Edgar, Edwin, Mike, and Eric conversation. This is before I came over. It was the same concept. I loved where I was at. No shade. Like I was fine where I was at, but I wanted to continue to grow, right? And I felt like I couldn't grow the way I wanted to anymore at that. And that could have been a me thinking. I could have been overthinking it, but I feel like we always need to pivot, right? Whenever to see it and just say and have faith. And just go with it. True said it on one of the last episodes. Faith is just jumping off and knowing that wings are going to pop off before you hit the ground, right? But you got to have the faith and that confidence to do it. And I want to say thank you for giving the faith, not just to me being the team lead here, but the Iron Valley effect, because that's where I'm trying to get at. I've remixed a lot of the things that I've learned from the guys to make it make sense for me. And we have a lot of comparable, let's just say, things about ourselves that we have a lot of things in common, but he does it a different way than I do it. It might be the same result, but we remix it to make it work for us. So it's the same concept that you're saying. Yeah. If you're working with somebody, in theory, that energy should be conveyed, good or bad, mostly good, but then take it and make it work for you. Yeah. And it sounds like you didn't have that before, but now that you have that, you're reaching out, we're talking, we're partners, we're working, we're rolling right now. And you just never know, because a lot of this stuff doesn't mean it has to be traditional. Yeah. There's so many other creative things that you can do to get there. And you've now started experiencing that. Yeah. Which 2025 was your best year in real estate by far. Yeah. And 2026 is already teed up to beat 2025.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I already know that.
Yeah, well, one of the things you've said, and I think most people do, is like you don't have to do everything by yourselves. And I would say that was one of his things when we met with Julian. Yeah. Was if I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna do this by myself. Right. That's true. And that is everybody. Yeah. Everybody kind of goes through that. Yeah. And you got to learn to let go, right? You hear the quote, everybody has the same 24 hours in the day. And I'm like, no, I don't. I got more. I leverage my time. Yeah. Because I leverage his time, your time to expand my 24 hours. Right. And that's where people, including myself to this day, like sometimes you just got to let go. Yeah. Yeah. And you could do so much more. Again, the production is going to continue to increase, and there are stages where you're gonna hit, you're gonna realize, okay, maybe I do need even my own showing agent or something like that, or another partner to continue to grow. Because as you learn in this industry and you continue to build your database and you continue to make a name for yourself, it's gonna start to become overwhelming.
Yeah. Just for the audience at home, I know you guys are giving me my flowers. I don't feel like I'm, at a level where you guys are at, and I'm definitely okay with that. I just want to be able for the audience to kind of relate, because it's not, you don't have to always like just crush it, and like be super productive and make those numbers.
Right.
You can start off small and feel pretty good about where you're going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And it's like, here's the thing. Your lifestyle is what you decide to create. You create your lifestyle, right? I would say I'm the one that's not with the luxuries and everything, right? Vice Edwin, who just stepped in the room, loves the luxuries and all these things, right? We're polar opposites in that sense. I'm very simple, where I'm at the beach swimming. Edwin is not.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No knock on anybody, whether you decide to do 3 million, 5 million, 20 million, or whatever that number is in sales. At the end of the day, this is me. It's about, like you said, the family.
Oh yeah.
That's my priority, because at the end of the day, I hear and I just learn from other people.
Yeah.
I see them pass away. I've seen them get old. I've seen them, all these people that just regret the time they missed or they didn't put into their children, their family.
Yeah.
Like that's always like the number one regret.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to be that person.
Yeah.
For me.
No, absolutely.
And for me, it took me a while, and I was that guy that, and you could ask my wife this, we had like 5 cars, 2 motorcycles, house, whatever.
Yeah.
And we put that all away. And it's like, no, instead of luxuries and items, it's about moments.
Yeah.
So all the money that we make sometimes, it's just creating moments.
Yeah.
Getting an RV, just leaving the area.
Yeah.
Something as simple as that is going to impact that child's life.
Yeah.
That they're going to remember forever, right? I want to be remembered in my kids' eyes. Right. I don't care about the world.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that world doesn't affect me. The only world that affects me is what's around me.
Yeah.
Which is my children and my wife.
Yeah.
So if that world is satisfied with me doing 3 million or 5 million annually,
yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Hey, who gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
It's
my little world.
Yeah. It's what boxes that you need to get checked to satisfy what your reality is.
Right. And don't get it twisted, though. I'm not going to go back to the world I came from.
Right.
He was a male stripper.
Yeah, 100%.
No, I think what I was trying to, and I totally agree, what I was, I guess, trying to convey was, you don't have to meet everybody's numbers, right? And to feel fulfilled. You know me. My faith is number one to me.
Yep.
Right? That cup has to be full. And then my family after that, that cup has to be full. Whatever's left over that pours into real estate, I'm completely at peace with. Now, I want to crush it. Don't get me wrong. I like to crush everything. But I'm not going to sit here and, start comparing numbers to somebody who has different priorities than me. I think where people get caught up is like that comparison, right?
Yes.
See for joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, never do that.
Yeah.
Never do that. And I think, again, that's just another item that it takes a hold of your energy that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
That people put a value on that, which has none.
Right.
It really doesn't. Oh, you sold 20 million this year. What does the fuck does that have to do with me?
Right.
Facts. Exactly.
It has nothing to do with me. And you're absolutely right to that point. And that's why, like you're saying, the family part is super big for me. That's why I'm always at the kids' events and things like that. Not like where your priorities are not.
Right.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that, just to be clear, just to be 100% clear.
I'm sorry, kids.
See, exactly.
Daddy's
just
trying.
to be clear,
Daddy's
he wasn't
trying.
always present. All right, so let's not go back into history books here. I won't do that to you, Edgar. But the Edgar 2.0 is way better. All
That's
right,
great.
But that's also too. We're always striving for improvement. You know,
Yeah.
and improvement could be numbers. Improvement can be time with the family. Improvement can be health. Usually, it's a conglomerate of all of that.
Yeah.
But it's this is an argument. I don't believe work-life balance. I just always believe getting better the next day so you can be more present.
Yeah.
Right. But like, there's different definitions of present. Like, you got to be present for your team at your job. Right.
Right.
You got to be present as much as you possibly can in real estate, because now that's part of your life. Now, I'm not putting these in any particular order.
Right.
You definitely have to be present for your family. You got to be present for you, because without you, there's none of the other stuff. Right. So now that you're present, you're in the room. You've made this transition. You're in it. Let's talk about real estate just for 1 second. Like, when you came over from then till now, what is your 2 cents on your move? Where are your thought processes on how you've made that switch and how happy you are that you did that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like night and day. Where the brokerage I came from before, they didn't offer any support, and some people can succeed in that environment. But I feel like as a new agent, you really need to have a support system. I can't stress how important that is, just because you can learn anything on YouTube.
Yeah.
Anything you want to know, you can find on YouTube. But there's just so much information on there that you can get overloaded and distracted. I call it like shiny object syndrome.
Always. Yeah.
Right. Oh, that sounds great. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it for 2 weeks. Oh, it's not working. Let me move to this. Let me do that for 2 weeks. Right. When I came to Iron Valley, it was, well, number one, the culture is great. That's what got the hook in me, right? I was like, oh, this is a place I want to hang out with, because like you get cool guys like you know? But also they kind of lay a blueprint out for you to say, hey, just focus on the really important things that you're really good at, and then just go from there. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. Now, you can sprinkle that in later, but just having that focus as a new agent to say, hey, just keep doing X, Y, Z. You're going to see the results. I think that was huge in the beginning.
Right. And now, fast forward to today. Do you regret your decision?
No, not at all. Like, I think from a real estate decision is the best decision I could have ever made. Just being around, let's just like take the numbers out of it. Just being around people that want to see you succeed is huge. Like, I was just in training right now, surrounded by people that want to learn, want to know about you, want to know how your day's going, want to know like how are you improving your business, just curious, and they want to see you succeed. And you're surrounded by that here.
So if you had to tell yourself one thing last year that you wish you knew that you wish you knew then, what would you tell yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I really think it would be, don't compare yourself to other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've had those conversations plenty of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be days that I'll shoot you a text or a phone call, and that's literally all we talk about. Is just like, hey, don't compare yourself to other people, because it's not healthy for you.
Yeah, it isn't.
And if you have your priorities straight, whatever you pour into it, whatever results you get, you'll be able to sleep at the end of the night, because you gave everything you had.
I mean, we have all that, and I mean, Edgar's on his fitness journey for the 17th time, but he's probably the best shape that he's been in an extremely long time, and I'm giving him his credit on that one.
Yeah, man.
I started mine a few years ago. I'm very consistent. Like, I've reached my goal. Now I'm just steady. Like, I'm not trying to do a show. I don't care about that. I just want to know that I'm never going back to where I was when I first came here, which I was like 230 something pounds. Now I'm sub 200, and I'm never going to go above 200 again. I give myself a 10, 20 pound variance, because again, I'm not doing a show, but the you versus you. It's easy to say that it's you versus you, but is it? Are you trying to get an 8-pack and look like you're going to be in a show? Or are you just trying to hit that number on the scale? Are you trying to hit that GCI? There's so many things that you can do, but are you going to look at it as competition, or are you going to look at it as energy,
right?
Or as like fuel? And shifting that thought process of making sure you can look at it as fuel, not easy, but it's a constant reminder daily that we have to look at that as encouragement, not as comparison.
Yeah.
So that's what it sounds like, and you're getting better at that. And on top of everything else you're getting better at, but the fact of the matter is, you're at a position right now that even full-time agents aren't at. So this is why we're saying we're giving you the flowers, because you're doing the work. You already like to win in life. Real estate aside, you just like to win.
Yeah.
But more importantly, you're putting in the work to get there.
Yeah.
So, I want to before we wrap this up, any new agents that are out there that are either thinking of making a move or just thinking of maybe getting out of the industry or whatever the case may be, what encouragement, what tips and tricks Now knowing that you've been in that scenario, that you've made a pivot, what would you tell them?
So that's funny. I was just listening I love podcasts.
Same here.
I was listening to a podcast before I came here. It was The Diary of a CEO.
Okay.
And on the podcast, the guest essentially said, if your life was a movie and the entire world was the audience, what would the audience be screaming at the screen for you to do? Right?
Okay.
And it just kind of caught me. I'm like, okay, like a third person perspective, right?
Right.
So if I'm a new agent and I'm not in a place that's, encouraging growth,
Yeah.
and they're not giving you any type of support, I mean, the audience would be screaming, hey, like, make a change.
Yeah.
Right? Don't be afraid. And I feel like I try to take that in and, convey it to my life. I've already made the change here, which is great. But, personally, if the audience was looking at my life right now, what would they say? Like, hey, maybe focus on your family a little more, right? Don't let that time pass you away.
Okay.
Right? Because, one of my biggest fears in life is that my kids will grow up without enough influence from me, So I just made the conscious decision, especially my oldest one, Ethan.
How old is he?
He's 11.
Okay.
Nora's great. She gives me hugs all the time, talks to me all the time. But Ethan, he's a boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, he just does his own thing. Like, sometimes there'll be days where I just forget he's home because he's doing his own thing.
Yep.
And I'm like, hey, I don't want this time to go by. I want to be in your life. I want to influence how you become a person, right? So I just kind of made it a goal of mine is to do something that he enjoys, try to get on his level and say, what is it that you like to do? And I want to be a part of that, Yeah. So I'm not sure if that answered your question, but
It answered the question the way that we wanted to, because you're encouraging other people to do what's going to be best based on what your experience is.
yeah.
That's all it is. Because you get influenced by podcasts, you get influenced by everything, right? In theory, we try to remix it and make it make sense for us.
Yeah.
And then we regurgitate the same information the way that we've kind of taken it and just delivering it our way. So there's no wrong answer here. The only wrong
that's
answer.
a great answer.
It was a damn good answer, because being more present is, the older we get, the more we have to be more present.
Or just that analogy of if the audience was watching you.
That's super
like
dope.
Because when I'm thinking about the moves I want to make, it's like, well, would the audience be screaming at me?
That's
right
true.
now?
Yeah.
They'd be saying,
Buy the house in Mexico.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I am.
go to Turkey and get your hair implants. That's what they're saying to you, for real.
Stop getting a taper 8 inches up. Just cut it off, Julian.
That's why I love podcasts, is because
Hey, I don't edge this up anymore, just so you know.
a lot of it's just like a couple of dudes sitting next to each other, sharing nuggets of wisdom, and like these are some of the like best conversations,
Right.
because just to be in the audience at home, you're a fly on the wall in this conversation. We're just having a conversation right now, and sometimes you can just grab something and it can completely change your life. My life's been influenced just like I can count on my hand how many conversations like this has changed the course of my life. You know what I mean? So that's why I love podcasts. I love what you guys are doing here, because you never know when you're going to impact somebody's life.
You've hit me up on a few times over the year, and almost 2 years, is, I listened to that podcast and I heard that. Whether it was me, the audience, whether Edgar or whatever, and out of the 30 minutes, hour, or whatever it's going to be, you're never going to absorb all of that. You just need one thing.
Yeah.
That's it. That one thing, like you said. So if there's one thing that you want to tell everyone right now to keep moving forward, what are you going to tell them?
If the audience is screaming at you to do something about your life, you should listen. And there's usually a quiet voice in your own head that's telling you to do something, but it's typically the most powerful, and you shouldn't ignore it.
Perfect. Hi, you're gearing up for an amazing year, amazing everything. I want to make sure that people know where they can find you. What's your social handle, bro?
Yeah, I mean, you can find me on Facebook, Hai Huynh Realtor, Instagram, The Real Hai. Call me up, ask me to come play. You'll find me on the pickleball courts.
There you go.
Yeah, that's where you find me.
Beating Edgar. That's what I hear. Yes.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
He's like, I saw that.
No, it's all good. I mean, we'll team up, then you'll win.
All right, man. Hi, thank you for being on the show, man. We're proud of you, and we're stoked to have you here in the Iron Valley family, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me, guys. This is awesome.
Edgar, any last words that you want to scream out of
No,
your head?
never.
Okay. He's the quiet one. He actually talked a lot today, so I appreciate that. I mean, you must have got a
Because
haircut last night.
we vibe. That's why.
There it is.
Yeah.
Be you. All right, signing out, man. Thanks for tuning again to another episode of Your Peak Life Podcast. Edgar the Sphere Munoz, my man Hai, and then we also have myself, DJ Julian Rivera. But more importantly, make sure you follow us on YouTube. You can tune us. We have a lot of shorts on there too. They've been popping up a lot more lately, so you don't have to watch the entire episode. You can also listen to us on Apple Music and Spotify at DJ Julian Rivera, at the VA Agent on Instagram for Edgar. More importantly, at Your Peak Life. We'll talk to you later. Peace.